Goku is going to use his unique, never-before-seen form in this new phase of Dragon Ball Super. And this is due to the fact that he will begin training his first disciple. We'll have another time skip of training, where not only he will evolve, but all the Z Warriors, preparing for what's to come. But the form that Goku will reach, none will compare to it. Not Vegeta, not Gohan Beast, or Broly. None of them will be able to stand up to this. Are you ready? Then come with me, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate the bell, and already share it with that friend of yours, because today's video is insane. Finally, Goku enters ecstasy once again, as he feels the fighting spirit of that warrior he once wished would reincarnate. And in that, he finds strength to unlock his true hidden powers, finding someone who has a fighting spirit just like his own, pure innocence, simply seeking challenges. And there he found his identical soulmate, different from Vegeta, who is also his soulmate, loves to fight, but is his opposite. Now he will be able to use his power that remained hidden all this time, and will thus be able to show everyone. After a training time skip, like many we've seen throughout the Dragon Ball saga, that no one will be prepared for what Goku will unveil. His true nature is just a step away from being released, and it's going to be absolutely insane. What do you think this form of his will be? It shows that he truly lives for this, since he even found someone who could carry his burden of being the Earth's protector. In this case, now it's Gohan who's been assigned this mission, giving Goku the freedom to just fight and fight. We have Goku in his current state of power, emphasizing his mastery of the natural Saiyan Ultra instinct now, and he is struggling with that, because it wasn't even enough to stand up to Frieza, nor to defeat Gohan Beast. So he's falling behind again, just like in Dragon Ball Z during the Cell fight, where he gave up his position to Gohan. But soon after came with something new, Super Saiyan 3. And in Dragon Ball Daima, he used Super Saiyan 4. Now, he has all these transformations at his disposal to play with however he wants, along with Ultra Instinct and Kaioken 2. He also has his giant form, but all of this is leading him to a hybrid form, always mixing things, the serenity of Ultra Instinct, and at the same time the fury of the Super Saiyan. He's been doing that a lot, like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, both requiring huge control of ki, and now, he's also learned something new with Gohan. Just like Broly also assimilated from that fight, and understood that calm and fury can be side by side and help each other. He mastered the Berserker Super Saiyan form for the first time and kept control, and Goku also took that in, especially seeing that Gohan also broke Ultra Instinct easily. He's going to prepare something new for the future, and he will use UB for that. Yes, that's right. Goku will evolve in this next training time skip. If we count only the canonical time skips, with a focus on training, we have more than 10 different time jumps in which the characters train and return stronger. This includes skips from just a few days, like Goku's training on the spaceship, to skips of 3, 7, and even 10 years. It's one of the biggest structural elements of Dragon Ball, and also one of the most beloved by fans, because it always signals that, quote, something big is coming, end quote. In Dragon Ball Super, Goku has already shown interest in UB, which reinforces the preparation for the end of Z. In the Moro arc in the manga, Den suggests that UB could be important in the future, a direct nod to the connection between Super and the end of Z. Also, at the end of the Granola arc, Goku and Vegeta are at such an absurd level that, if they stick to the timeline, they need to slow down their evolution until they meet UB. Otherwise, the end of Z itself will have to be rewritten or revisited with more details. End of Z is the canonical ending of Dragon Ball Z, 10 years after Majin Buu. And that's when Goku leaves to train UB, the reincarnation of Majin Buu. Dragon Ball Super takes place before that ending, so the entire Super story is filling in the space between Buu and UB. The Super manga hasn't reached the end of Z yet, but it's getting close. Many believe the next phase of Dragon Ball will be some kind of bridge, or even an extended version of the end of Z, with UB gaining more prominence. But what does this have to do with the title? That's the question. At the end of Dragon Ball, in the fight against Kid Buu, Goku wished for him to reincarnate as a good person, and he's going to start training him. But for him to do that, he's learning directly from an angel, Whis, and also from Beerus. That said, this may not only be the bridge to the end of Z, but also the connections to Dragon Ball Daima, where all this magic stuff comes in Majin Buu and now UB, who will be trained by Goku for something much greater than we imagine. In light of that, many powerful warriors are becoming allies of the Z Warriors, and also Frieza with an overwhelming force. Where will Ub and Goku fit into all of this? Yes, we will have something that will dethrone, deconstruct, and threaten all these divine elements, where balance will collapse somehow. Vegeta, Frieza, Gohan, Broly, Piccolo, and the boys Trunks and Goten will all be part of it, but the most important roles will revolve around the mentor and the student. And Goku, during this transition of scenarios, with Super approaching the end of Z, will reveal a transformation that will surpass everyone. And of course, while training Ub, they will gain a very strong ally. Not only in physical terms, but something connected to divine matters. But all of this that's happening now, you ask yourselves, what does it mean? I tell you, this is only the tip of the iceberg, a preparation for what's to come. It will be like a time skip in Dragon Ball, so that warriors evolve even more, and there will arise the origin of the strongest transformation ever seen in Goku. Could it be Super Saiyan 4 being introduced in Dragon Ball Super? Maybe yes, but since Beerus arrived and showed divine powers, and Goku learned Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of Power, he will merge something Saiyan and divine. We already have something similar, as Paragus himself says about his son Broly, that he uses the power of the Oozuru. Goku will be in a fine line between these powers, something handled with great mastery and fusing with divine powers. That's why many say Ub would be important, and maybe this aspect can only be possible if he helps in Goku's training. Understanding this, it is clearly a gift from the gods to Goku. Notice that Goku asked for this, and was granted in one of the most emotional and important scenes of Dragon Ball Z, which has major consequences throughout the entire story, including now in the future. During the final battle against Kid Buu, Goku recognizes that he is facing an extremely powerful enemy, but also pure in his essence. Pure evil, yes, but also pure in spirit of battle and challenge. It brought Goku to an ecstasy never seen before. Kid Buu was completely instinctive, fought for pleasure, without rational malice, without evil plans like Frieza or Cell. He was chaos in the form of a child. So at the decisive moment of the battle, after Goku gathered enough energy to launch the Genki Dama, the Super Spirit Bomb, he makes a silent wish to Shenlong, but also a direct request to Kid Buu himself before destroying him. Goku says something like this, open quotes, "You fought very well. It was a good fight. I wish you would reincarnate as a good person. So, who knows, maybe one day we can fight again." Close quotes. That is, Goku wished for Kid Buu to be purified and reborn as someone good, keeping that same fighting spirit, but without the destructive evil. This wish came from the heart, not with the Dragon Balls at that moment, but it is implied that King Yama himself heard and granted the wish, as was confirmed later. And that's exactly what happened. And now, Goku will teach someone. Of course, he has already trained Gohan, but that doesn't even come close to making him a master. Not in the style of Master Roshi, or even Piccolo regarding Gohan. But now, besides teaching, he will also learn a lot. Goku has always been quick to absorb things, and Ub's hidden powers are a gateway to this new transformation of Goku, for sure. And maybe this is one of the greatest truths of life, both in Dragon Ball and in the real world. Great masters also learn from their students. In Dragon Ball, this idea appears many times, even if subtly. Master Roshi himself, who was Goku's first great master, begins by teaching techniques like the Kamehameha, energy control, discipline, and physical training. But over time, he realizes that Goku is someone who constantly breaks limits, even unintentionally. Roshi learns that a new type of warrior is emerging, someone who doesn't fight just for glory or survival, but for pleasure, evolution, and constant self-improvement. He sees in Goku a freedom and boldness that even he, with his millennial wisdom, had not foreseen. Perhaps one of the greatest examples lies in the relationship between Piccolo and Gohan. Piccolo starts as Gohan's master out of obligation, training the boy for the confrontation against the Saiyans, but over time, he transforms thanks to the bond with his student. The cold, isolated, affectionless Piccolo begins to understand the value of love, care, and compassion through his relationship with Gohan. It is Gohan who teaches him to be more than just a warrior, to be someone with a heart. It's an invisible, but very powerful exchange. Even Whis, who is a divine-level angel, apparently invincible and serene, shows that he observes and absorbs the way Goku and Vegeta approach growth. Although he teaches techniques like Ultra Instinct, he also has fun, gets surprised, and gains new perspectives by seeing how two mortals refuse to stagnate. The very idea that Goku can access Ultra Instinct in an unstable, emotional way is something Whis seems to watch with curiosity, like someone seeing the potential of the unpredictable, something not even the angels seem to fully master. And finally, we will have Goku as Ub's master. This is the most beautiful turning point. Goku, who spent his whole life learning from others, now becomes the master. But what he wants is not just to teach Ub, it's to continue evolving alongside him. He sees in Ub the spark that motivates him, someone with potential, brute strength, and purity who needs direction. But at the same time, Goku wants to learn from the challenge of teaching, and probably, in the future, it will be Ub who makes him see the world differently. Because Goku doesn't want a throne, he wants companions on the journey. The true master is the one who never considers himself superior, but who sees in each disciple the chance to renew himself. In Dragon Ball, this is constant. That is, in every good master-student relationship, both grow. The master teaches techniques, yes, but the student teaches vision, courage, adaptability, boldness. Throughout the journey told in Dragon Ball, among colossal battles, divine transformations, and entire universes at stake, there's a silent but unbreakable thread that runs through the entire story. The relationship between master and student. And more than that, the revelation that great masters also learn, change, and evolve because of their students. In a world where growth is constant and limits are always being pushed, there is no room for the ego of those who think they are complete. Because in Dragon Ball, just like in life, no one is above learning. It all starts with a tailed boy, naive and wild, who lived in the mountains and had never seen the world. Goku was shaped by learning, first with his grandfather Gohan, then with old Master Roshi, who would have imagined him with a technique from the angels, even though in the manga, it was Master Roshi who taught him those steps, even without knowing it was an angelic power. Maybe that's the true hidden power of the series, more than ki, transformations, or planet destruction. What drives Dragon Ball is the relentless pursuit of self-overcoming, and that pursuit is only possible when there is humility, even among gods. And in that humility, great masters bow, not before strength, but before the truth that no one is so great that they cannot learn, and no one is so small that they cannot teach. Vegeta is a great proof of that. That's why, in the Dragon Ball universe, the great masters learn from their students. Always, because their learning is not weakness. It is evolution. It's what keeps the flame of the fight alive. It's what makes the warriors not only stronger, but more human. So to protect what they love most, a strength they never imagined having is necessary. That's why Goku will break the whole system with his new transformation.